Hey everybody, welcome to Video Game Corner. And today, excuse me. Let's ask the question, was E3 really that good? Was it? Yes, no, maybe? Ask yourself this question, was it? Was it everything you wanted? Okay. Or could they have done better? Of course, they could have always done worse. But here's the question I ask. I watched this one YouTuber recently. I started watching his videos. He's called Dreamcast Guy. And he's a pretty good channel. He does a lot of like top 10 stuff. It's when I want to just not really have to... I just want to watch silly, gaming videos. I watch his stuff. He's pretty popular. They're popular enough. I mean, how popular is popular these days? He did a video of top 10 E3 games. And 9 out of the 10 games he listed were sequels. He didn't even put the remake of Final Fantasy. He did it as an honorable mention. 9 out of 10 were sequels. 9 out of 10 were sequels. Let me say it one more time. 9 out of 10 were sequels. So, and then the honorable mention was a remake. Let that sit in for a second. Just let it sit in. And think about how many sequels does it take before we get sick of a franchise? Or it becomes stale? How many does it take? Granted, the sequels that they showed were awesome, and I'm excited. Let me think. Off the top of my head, Dark Souls 3, I'm going to be there for that. Love the Souls series. This is going to be the 5th Souls-style game, counting Bloodborne and Demon Souls. As much as I love these games, I don't know if we needed a 3rd Dark Souls. Maybe we did. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see on that. I'm going to do a video. I had a request to do some... had some requests on doing a review of Bloodborne and then maybe talking about Dark Souls 3, the trailer. And I'll go ahead and do it in another video. We had Fallout 4, which when I saw that trailer, I decided to give the Fallout series a try, and I've been playing Fallout 3 for the last, off and on for the last month. And I'm really enjoying it. Because years ago I had bought Fallout New Vegas and I couldn't get into it because I didn't like the first-person view, and at the time I was just getting back into gaming and it wasn't the kind of game I wanted. And I know that there's a third-person view, but I didn't give it a chance. I played it for like an hour, and I was like, I don't like this. But I think it's more my style these days. And plus, I also know I like the third-person view that they put into these games. So I'm going to give it another try. But I did like Fallout. I have liked Fallout 3. I've been playing a lot of it. I've put in like 50 or 60 hours into it last month. So we had Fallout 4. We have Shenmue 3 announced. I played a little bit of Shenmue 1. I liked it. I have Shenmue 2. So I'm going to go ahead and play through them, and I'll probably end up getting Shenmue 3. I think that's really cool. Last Guardian. It's a sequel of Shadow of the Colossus and Ico. Then there's, like Ghost Recon. It's another sequel. It amazes me. And then we got the Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is cool. 9's better, but 7's cool. But 9 doesn't need a remake. 9's perfect the way it is. And if anybody says otherwise, okay, you're wrong, but it's okay. Just kidding. But yeah, I love 9. 9's my favorite so far. I haven't played 6 yet. I keep meaning to, but because everybody says 6 is just really, really good. So, yeah, because I'm more of a dark fantasy guy. That's why I love 9 so much. Because 9's very dark. God, is it dark. And people don't realize it because it's got more of a cartoony style. But you know, and there's more sequel. There's more out there. There was one game, I want to say it's called No Man's Sky. It's got like these robotic animals, robotic dinosaurs, and this woman's out there with a super bow and arrow set up, destroying them. It looks really cool, and I want to try that. That's a game I'll probably end up picking up. And it's a new IP. It's a new intellectual property, for those who don't know what IP means. And I'm sure there's a couple of you out there. What's IP mean? I just say it all the time. Intellectual property. And it's definitely, it's one of those things. Now, here's the thing. I was talking to my buddy Robert Santellan last night. I'll put a link in his channel, first channel in the link. Not that he needs my help. He's doing pretty well these days. But he and I are really good friends, and we used to do a podcast together, and then he was getting so busy with stuff, and things were going on. He couldn't do it anymore, and I've been trying to keep it going, but it's so hard to do because my computer issues, which I just ordered a new computer. I showed the specs to Robert last night, and he referred to it as a beast, and he'd love to get that rig himself. It's supposed to be here by Thursday, and it's Monday right now. So I'll be doing some new stuff with it, and that's my plan. I went and spent the money on it that we had from our tax returns. So my wife said, "Yeah, let's get a good computer." So I got a good gaming rig coming. So I might even do a video showing it if you guys are interested. I don't know. But anyway, so I was talking to him last night about, you know, I said, everything's a sequel. Everything's a sequel. What's up with this? And we're texting, and he's like, yeah, this year was fan service. I said, yeah. I said, I love sequels. He's like, yeah, me too. We both, I mean, everybody loves a sequel to a franchise they love. And we want to keep getting the same of the series we just really enjoy. And that's great and all, but eventually you want to play something different. And we're not getting that this year. We're not getting new. So, is this really the best E3 ever? Or is this just an okay E3? I say it's a good enough E3. I think it's good that they did give us the sequels that we've been wanting, that the fans want, the players, the customers want. But at the same time, and I know it is a lot of the corporate baloney with the, you know, with shareholders and whatnot, and boards, and all these people who just want to see dollar signs, but they don't understand the business they're invested in. And you have to understand something about human beings. We get bored very easily. So here we have all these sequels, right? And nothing new's coming out. But then people say, well, you know, last big new thing we had was that damn werewolf game that everybody hated. God, I can't remember the name of it. Brain fart. And everybody hated it, and it looked really good. I remember seeing Angry Joe talk about how when they were stepping on the airship, the blimp, he's like, their feet are going in there, and I'm like, that shit happens in Dark Souls 1 when you land in this tar. In Sen's Fortress, you make footprints. Big fucking deal. Graphics don't make a great game, obviously. Order 1886, that's the name of it. My brain finally kicked back on. I'm going to tell you, I got another video that I just posted, I just did, that explains why my brain is having problems right now. And it is medically related, so go ahead and watch that video too, please. It's important to me. It is, yeah. Anyway, so what is it about E3 that was so great, people? I mean, besides the fan service, we didn't get anything new. But here's the thing. That's all fine and dandy for 1 year. But let's see, if they do it again next year and they do what's safe and they do fan service, I think we're screwed. I think we're boned. I think that's it. If they keep doing that, just sequel after sequel, they need new ideas. They need creativity. We need new stuff. We need to keep our stuff active, our minds active, or we're going to start the indie, I truly believe the indie the indie scene right now is growing because of the safe measures that the big companies have to take. Because they have to make all this money. It's like, you don't have to make all this money. I'm fine with them raising prices. Raise the price of games. Hell, they did it back in the Super Nintendo and Nintendo days. We didn't pay 60 bucks for games. We paid whatever they felt like charging us. Earthbound for the Super Nintendo was $100, I think, or 70, whatever it was. It was a lot of money for the time. And that's in 80s and 90s prices. Raise the fucking prices. Why do people think $60 has to stay the same forever? There's this thing called inflation. Shit goes up. Right or wrong, it's just the reality of the world. If McDonald's and all them can start getting rid of their dollar menus and making their dollar menus go like this, then so can the gaming industry. You got to remember, you get what you pay for in this life. Plain and simple. If you're going to buy cheap, if you're going to spend cheap, you're going to get cheap back. Plain and simple. And that's just the way it is. And if that business model doesn't work with charging a little bit more, it doesn't have to be a lot more, you know, 10, 20 bucks more per game, depending on the game. Some games, and then maybe lower prices on other games. Some games aren't worth 60. Like that game Evolve. I didn't think that was worth 120. I didn't even think it was worth 60 because now it's like it's going to become a paperweight because it's a multiplayer game. And eventually multiplayer dies out. Unless you're Dark Souls, because people are still playing Demon. I still get invaded in Demon Souls to this day, 6 years later. Which blows my effing mind. I can still get co-op even though I usually don't use it because I've played the game so much that I can beat the game solo. But I still get invaded. I sat there one night and the same dude kept invading me in this one spot. And I just kept knocking him off the platform because he was just so dumb. He kept doing the same thing and I just took my halberd and went, eh. And he just fell off every time and I'm like, oh, leave me alone. It started getting annoying. I finally logged off because I didn't want to, this guy was just, I wanted to play the level instead of dealing with this clown. But, you know, that's the thing. Multiplayer games, they become worthless. But, you know, at least the beauty of the Souls games, you still have, you know, even though there's a lot of multiplayer with it, you still have the story. You know, you still have the story mode. But, you know, that's the thing. People need to remember that. But anyway, guys, tell me what you think. You know, because I'm just one guy with one opinion, right or wrong. It's my opinion. Give me your opinion in the comments. So, anyway, guys, Jason, Video Game Corner, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.